Fei in Beijing with your special report on women in the Olympics. We're here with our sexy sports correspondent, Maggie Rauch from China Sports Today. How you doing, Maggie?
Doing great.
And I hear that you're going to see tennis today. Are you excited about that? What do you have to look forward to?
I am. I'm very excited. The Chinese women they're bringing the maximum number of players they can to these games, 4. And I had a great time watching Zheng Jie's Wimbledon run earlier this summer. She made it to the semifinals where she lost to Serena Williams. And of course, you don't get a medal for 4th place in the Olympics, so she's looking to improve in that. And she opens up against a Hungarian player who she did beat at Wimbledon. So Zheng Jie has a great story as well. She's coming back from injury. She missed 2007 with an ankle injury, and she has won doubles crowns at majors with her teammate Yang Zi. And she's got big game, but she's also got big heart. She gave all of her Wimbledon winnings, every cent of it that she gets to keep, she donated to Sichuan earthquake relief. That's her. She comes from Sichuan province. So I really enjoyed watching her earlier this summer and look forward to seeing her today.
Has there ever been a Chinese woman in tennis like Zheng Jie?
That run was unprecedented. She was the first Chinese woman to get as deep as she did into Wimbledon. And you know, she's not like, tennis today is dominated by these tall women from Eastern Europe and Russia, and of course some really strong American players. And Zheng Jie is smaller than them, but she plays very smart and she doesn't quit.
Now, when we say women in the Olympics, women in sports, I'm starting to wonder, what does that mean? What does it mean to be a woman? I understand they're going to be having some sex testing for these Olympics, and this whole question of what makes us a woman. What's this sex testing about? Are they going to be, you know, pulling people's pants down? Why are they doing it? What is this sex testing?
Well, it's gotten more sophisticated over the years, and probably this year, of course, more sophisticated than ever. In the modern Olympics, it started in 1968, was the first time it was done. They do chemical testing, they test chromosomes, do genetic testing, but it's a little bit complicated, and it has kind of an ugly history. I think there were 8 women who, quote unquote, failed this testing in the Atlanta Games in '96. And were later allowed to play because the testing was deemed inadequate. Are
there people who are opposed to this, who feel that this is sexist?
Absolutely, because Sufei, gender is complicated. Let's face it. You know, you could test positive or fail the test or whatever they use. It's not like anabolic steroids where it's if it's in your system, it's in your system. It's very complicated, and like I said, there were those women in Atlanta who failed the test and were eventually deemed women. So there are people who are opposed to this because it's inconclusive and just kind of ugly. And really, why would you go to all that trouble to change your gender? I know that, you know, or pretend to be a different gender to compete in the Olympics. I think it's kind of silly.
觉得女人跟男人是平等的。
平等的。
对。
所以你是不是觉得不用问是男的女的都一样？
对。
那为什么分开那个比赛？为什么有女的比赛和男的比赛？
可能是因为他们的体力、他们的身体的素质不一样。比如说，女的一般那个 shot， 那个男 tall， 可能是身体，并不是因为性别，不是因为性别的差异。是因为身体的原因比如说可以分青年组、中年组、老人，就是这个意思。我父亲是排了6个小时，over 6 hours 去买的这个足球赛。
再来一个微笑的。
你觉得男的比女的玩的有意思吗？玩的强吗？还是女的也一样？
觉得女的比男的强。
是因为女的可以生孩子是吧？
也有一点相同，因为男的怎么说，男的各方面没有那个女的那什么，理想啊什么，反正就是好像我觉得女的就是那个心细吧。女人也能当英雄。